Hello everyone, this is A Minute for Autism and I am John Graham and this is David Buuck from CASS Housing. David, it is a pleasure.
Thanks, John.
So if you can tell me, what does CASS stand for?
Yeah, so CASS stands for Customizable, Affordable, Sustainable, and Safe Housing.
Okay, alright. And how did the idea of CASS Housing begin?
Yeah, so I've worked with a number of different families within kind of the waiver setting, and so I worked in different waiver homes. I was a program manager for Bethesda here in town, and so over the course of about 18 months, I worked with 45 families that had kids with severe autism that were nonverbal with extreme violent behaviors, to guys that lived on their own. They drove. One of them was married. I worked with 11, 12, 13-year-old kids all the way up to a 62-year-old guy that was a retired Navy veteran who had mild Asperger's. So I kind of had this wide range of people, and everyone was kind of looking at what's going to happen to my child when they're no longer around. And so the idea was to create different housing models that were able to adapt to different situations, for folks that can live on their own, for people that need kind of that daily assistance, and then for folks that need more of that 24-hour support.
Yeah.
So a lot of different options within that, and yeah, so we are looking at those level supports, but we also leaned heavily on two different other models. So there's an organization called L'Arche, and L'Arche is based out of France, and they've been around for over 50 years, so kind of used a lot of the work that they've done, and then also an organization called Share Foundation in LaPorte, Indiana. So we used that and came up with something new that we think that's going to be able to affect a lot of lives in our community.
Well, I think I can say with everyone else that I'm very excited to see what becomes of it. Because I actually am subscribed to your emails.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to see every update. As we go along. And I know that you said too that you guys had just received a generous donation that will actually let you proceed with
the first home. Yeah.
With our first home.
Yeah. So we got our 501c3 status in May, and so that took about 6 months to get that. And since May, we've received over $53,000 in donations.
Yeah.
And so we feel like we've been able to make a lot of progress, but we've got a lot of work to do as well.
Yes. Who do you believe will benefit from CASS Housing?
Yeah. So we see kind of three different key groups of people that could benefit. The first is the individuals themselves, to be able to move out of the family home, and we're calling the folks kind of receiving assistance the core members. And so the core members are able to live independently, and in a safe environment that everyone comes together to kind of create the rules of the home.
Yeah.
And then the families themselves, because it's a tough reality, but we're all going to die.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and
no need to remind me.
And so for parents to be able to kind of proactively create something that would be a good fit for their kids and something that they like, instead of with a traditional state-funded system, there's no level of customization, and customization's really important to us. That's why it's the first letter in our name. And then it's the different, what we're calling the stewards, the support people that are either living on site or in the home, depending on models. There are some really fantastic people out there that either work for the waiver program or just have a heart for people with disabilities that there's no real good jobs for these support people. And so we wanted to create something that would not only support the individuals and so the core members and the families, but also them as well, so that they would want to stay in a position for the long term.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. What accommodations we providing?
Yeah, so the independent living homes, these are going to be multi-family homes. Um, like a traditional triplex or quad, potentially a little bit larger, but these would be completely independent units for folks that can live on their own. So you get their own bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, living room kind of thing. But you're all under one roof, so that if you want to spend time with your friends, you can walk across the hall to do it, or have game night or something like that.
Yeah.
Because so many folks with disabilities have issues with transportation or something like that. So
Yeah.
to be able to keep friend groups together. For folks that need more of that daily assistance or that 24/7 assistance, the steward lives in home and really serves as that. They're not a parent, but kind of in that parental role of making sure that everybody's safe, that everyone's doing well, that the waiver staff are doing their jobs,
Yeah.
things like that. So, we want to provide independence, but at the same time having a really big focus on safety as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely important because, because I think one of the biggest, forks in the road, is that, there are a lot of individuals with disabilities that cannot drive.
Right.
So obviously we need to, like they would either have to have someone pick them up, or,
Right.
Or have a family friend,
Right.
be there. How can they apply for housing?
Yeah, so the best way to do is to contact me. So you can visit our website, which is casshousing.org. So it's CASS housing.org. People can reach out directly to me. My phone number is 260-376-2262. And my email address is on the website as well. But it's just a phone call, just to reach out and say, this is our situation, I'd like to apply. There's no fee to be a part of the waiting list. We originally were saying that everyone needed to have a waiver, but we've actually removed that restriction and just said that people just need a confirmed diagnosis. And so there's that. And right now we've actually got it's a waiting list of about 75 people, which is good. The idea is to continue to connect with families and to offer options. We're not saying that we're the only option, but we want people to be able to consider us moving forward for kind of that long-term planning.
Yeah. And just want to let you guys know that if you missed any of that contact information, it will be available right after the credits. So last but not least, what sets CASS Housing apart from everyone else?
Yeah, so CASS is, the models are completely unique, as opposed to other programs nationally, where a lot of times programs will say, here's what we offer, and you've got to fit into this program. And what we're doing is we're treating each and every person individually, because and looking at their situation and the house as a whole. And so there's an extreme high level of customization that's available. For the most part, you're able to choose the area of town that you'd want to live in.
Yeah.
And traditionally that's not available. And we do it, we've created the most efficient way, so that we're not charging families exorbitant sums of money. We want families everyone to be able to consider this, and not just a handful that can pay large sums of money.
Yeah.
So, and we think that we're onto something. So.
Yeah. Well, I definitely agree that David Buuck from CASS Housing is definitely onto something. Folks, this was A Minute for Autism. I'm John Graham. This is David Buuck. Once again, signing off. And don't forget to check out our website at radioforacause.org. And CASS website is once again
CASShousing.org.
Thanks for hanging out with us this month on A Minute for Autism.